Hi, this is Robert and welcome to Wilson Snaps video. Today we're going to be talking about aperture. Now, aperture is part of the three pillars of the exposure triangle, which also includes ISO and shutter speed. The reason I'm talking about aperture is it's one that some people find a little bit more complicated to get their head wrapped around. But if you can get some really dynamic photos. So, if you're following along on a DLSR or mirrorless camera, I'd recommend turning to the aperture priority setting, which is usually signified by an A. This means your camera will be doing most of the other work, but you can focus solely on the aperture so you can really get a feel for it. Now I'm going to show you some examples of different apertures and what aperture means, and we've also got a friend helping out. It's Pikachu.
Pikachu?
When it comes to your aperture, most lenses will have a little number beside an F. It could be something either f1.8 to something up to f8 or 10. That is your f-stop, and that is important when we're discussing aperture. A low aperture like f1.4 or 1.8 will have more light brought in but have less in focus, so you can create much more blurred backgrounds. While a high aperture like f10 to f22 will bring in less light but will have much more in focus. This is really good for group shots. Now, especially while we're stuck in during self-isolation, I think it's actually really good to get a group shot of the people you're with. Now we're going to grab Pikachu and I'm going to set him up so we can get some snaps of him. Now when I take a photo of Pikachu at f1.8, you can see that he's mostly in focus but parts of him are still blurred out, and the background there's quite a lot of differentiate between him and the subject. Once we move that to f4, Pikachu is now pretty much completely in focus, but the background is still pretty blurry. But then we bump up to f10, and you can start to see the definition between Pikachu and the background disappear, with the background being much more clear and Pikachu being incredibly sharp. It's really important to understand the differences between that, but also how that affects the rest of your camera. If you move an f-stop to f4 to f10, then other parts of your camera settings will have to change to accommodate that as well, such as your ISO and your shutter speed, to keep the image nice and clear and clean. But this was just a wee short video giving you a wee basic explanation on how that works. If you can wrap your head around it, it can really help improve your photography and help you create some dynamic images. But anyway, that's it for me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.